Stop scrolling. You didn't find this message found you. Something has been released against you in secret, but heaven intercepted it first. This is urgent. Stay until the end. My beloved child, listen carefully. This is not a coincidence, and this moment is not ordinary. I am Archangel Michael, your protector, your divine guardian, and right now, I am speaking directly into your spirit. Because whether you see it or not, whether you feel it or not, there is a deadly trap that has been set behind your back. But heaven is already moving. Type, I want to receive. If you're ready to unlock this message from the angelic realm, beloved one, heaven is sounding a sacred alarm. A snare, a shadow, a spiritual deception has been crafted to stop you from stepping into what is already yours. But fear not. My sword is drawn. My shield is raised, and I have been assigned to your name. The darkness thought it could hide in silence, but nothing escapes the eyes of heaven. They whispered about you. They twisted your story. They scheduled the downfall, but I intercepted their plan. Comment. Shield me now if you're ready to activate your divine protection. The heavenly realms are on high alert. You may feel it, a strange pressure, a subtle pull backward, a loss of motivation, clarity, or direction. But I'm here to tell you that resistance is not just mental. It's spiritual. Michael says, your breakthrough is so close, it's making the enemy tremble. You are not crazy. You are spiritually sensitive. You are not weak. You are under divine surveillance. And because of that, heaven is preparing a rapid intervention. You've been walking with quiet strength, but now heaven is roaring with authority on your behalf. Type 911 if you feel the spiritual emergency stirring in your soul. This is not just about your life, it's about your legacy, your financial blessing, your divine restoration, your prophetic future. You were never meant to remain where they tried to keep you. There's a shift happening right now, a supernatural transfer, a heavenly acceleration. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to clear the way. Type 000 to walk in divine favor and angelic covering. Somebody noticed your light. They tried to act like they didn't, but they've been watching. Now they fear what's coming, because they know the favor on your life cannot be stopped. They are scrambling, trying to twist the story, to shift perception, to redirect influence. But heaven is rewriting the narrative. Comment, rewrite my story. If you're ready for divine reversal, you're entering your moment of divine restoration. Even now, spiritual warfare surrounds your name, but also surrounding you the armies of the Lord. Heaven whispers, don't let fears speak louder than faith. Type, I trust heaven. If you're choosing faith in this hour, the enemy's trap was never about where you are. It was about where you're going. That's why it's so sudden, so invisible, so manipulative. But now I have stepped in. Their intentions are dissolving. Their energy is being exposed. Their influence is crumbling. And your name is being cleared in the courtrooms of heaven. Comment, vindicate me, Lord, if you believe the truth is about to speak louder than the lie. This is your sacred interruption. You asked for a sign. This is it. You prayed for clarity. This is the answer. Heaven says, stay faithful, stay alert, stay clean. You are chosen. You are protected. And you are about to walk into undeniable victory. Do not click away. The trap has been set, but in part 2, I'll show you who laid it and how heaven will reverse their plan. Like this message if you feel the shift. Comment, shield me now to activate angelic protection. Subscribe to stay connected to Archangel Michael's daily guidance. Stop scrolling. You didn't find this message found you. Something has been released against you in secret, but heaven intercepted it first. This is urgent. Stay until the end. My beloved child, listen carefully. This is not a coincidence. And this moment is not ordinary. I am Archangel Michael, your protector, your divine guardian, and right now, I am speaking directly into your spirit. Because whether you see it or not, whether you feel it or not, there is a deadly trap that has been set behind your back. But heaven is already moving. Type, I want to receive. If you're ready to unlock this message from the angelic realm, beloved one, heaven is sounding a sacred alarm. A snare, a shadow, a spiritual deception has been crafted to stop you from stepping into what is already yours. But fear not. My sword is drawn. My shield is raised. And I have been assigned to your name. The darkness thought it could hide in silence. But nothing escapes the eyes of heaven. They whispered about you. They twisted your story. They scheduled the downfall. But I intercepted their plan. Comment. Shield me now if you're ready to activate your divine protection. The heavenly realms are on high alert. You may feel it a strange pressure, a subtle pull backward, a loss of motivation, clarity, or direction. But I'm here to tell you that resistance is not just mental. It's spiritual. Michael says, your breakthrough is so close, it's making the enemy tremble. You are not crazy. You are spiritually sensitive. You are not weak. You are under divine surveillance. And because of that, heaven is preparing a rapid intervention. You've been walking with quiet strength, but now heaven is roaring with authority on your behalf. Type 911 if you feel the spiritual emergency stirring in your soul. This is not just about your life, it's about your legacy, your financial blessing, your divine restoration, your prophetic future. You were never meant to remain where they tried to keep you. There's a shift happening right now, a supernatural transfer, a heavenly acceleration. And I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to clear the way. Type OO to walk in divine favor and angelic covering. Somebody noticed your light. They tried to act like they didn't, but they've been watching. Now they fear what's coming, because they know the favor on your life cannot be stopped. They are scrambling, trying to twist the story, to shift perception, to redirect influence. But heaven is rewriting the narrative. Comment, rewrite my story. If you're ready for divine reversal, you're entering your moment of divine restoration. Even now, spiritual warfare surrounds your name, but also surrounding you the armies of the Lord. Heaven whispers, don't let fear speak louder than faith. Type, I trust heaven, if you're choosing faith in this hour. The enemy's trap was never about where you are. It was about where you're going. That's why it's so sudden, so invisible, so manipulative. But now I have stepped in. Their intentions are dissolving. Their energy is being exposed. Their influence is crumbling. And your name is being cleared in the courtrooms of heaven. Comment, vindicate me, Lord, if you believe the truth is about to speak louder than a lie. This is your sacred interruption. You asked for a sign. This is it. You prayed for clarity. This is the answer. Heaven says, stay faithful, stay alert, stay clean. You are chosen. You are protected. And you are about to walk into undeniable victory. But hear me now, they didn't just plan to remove you, they planned to replace you. But they don't carry what you carry. They don't know the weight of the oil on your name. They can mimic your sound, but not your source. Michael says, they tried to clone the calling, but I sealed the original. Comment, I carry the original. If you know what God gave you can't be replicated. You've been wondering why certain people's energy shifted, why the atmosphere feels strange, why you sense a tension you can't explain. That's not paranoia. That's prophetic discernment. Your spirit is picking up what their mouth refuses to say. But I'm here to say it. For them, they're not for you. They were never sent. They were a test. and you're passing it. Type, I choose alignment if you're ready to release what doesn't match your destiny. The shaking around you is not destruction, it's alignment. M, shifting the ground to break every hidden agreement. To cancel every unspoken betrayal. To break every invisible tie. You've cried, you've questioned, you've stayed silent. But now, heaven is roaring on your behalf. You've stepped into a divine countdown. The clock has started ticking in the spirit, and what they thought would trap, Yao will transform you. Michael says, this is not your breakdown. This is your breaking open. Comment, break me open for purpose. If you believe your pain is birthing your promotion, you are standing on holy ground, even though it feels like instability, even though it looks like isolation, even though it sounds like silence. It is sacred transition. Heaven is not punishing you. It is preparing you. You are not being delayed. You are being refined. You are not being ignored. You are being equipped. This trap was permission for your transformation. My child, if you're still here, it's not by chance. You are being drawn into a divine unveiling, and what I'm about to show you may shift everything. Michael says, the trap was never random. It was custom made, crafted based on your habits, your relationships, your hopes and fears. Someone studied your light. They tracked your patterns. They targeted your destiny. But heaven has been watching them the entire time. Type, expose the trap. If your spirit is ready to see what was hidden, this isn't just a spiritual attack. It's a strategic operation against your assignment. The enemy didn't send chaos. He sent counterfeit support. Familiar face, a comforting voice, a helping hand that leads to spiritual bondage. Heaven whispers, they're not here to support, they're here to report. They're collecting your words, taking notes on your next step, studying your favor so they can try to redirect it. But what they don't know is this: you're not operating under the approval of man. You're moving by the command of heaven. Comment, I'm guided by God if your direction comes from above, not beside. Michael says, I saw the conversation. I heard the false advice. I intercepted the plan. Yes, heaven let you hear part of it. That random voicemail, that awkward moment of silence, that strange look across the room. It wasn't your imagination. It was confirmation. Heaven is uncovering the source. And when it happens, it won't need confrontation. It will collapse under its own weight. Beloved, do not chase truth. Let truth reveal itself. Type, truth is rising if you trust heaven's timing over emotional impulse. Now hear me, this is vital. You will be tempted in the next few days. Tempted to respond, tempted to prove, tempted to explain. But silence is your sword. Stillness is your weapon. Obedience is your shield. Michael says, their voice will rise, but yours must remain anchored in me. You don't need to fight in the realm of the seen because you're winning in the unseen. Comment, I fight with faith. If your silence is no longer a weakness, but a war cry, let me show you something deeper. There's a door, spiritual and symbolic, opening right now. Behind it, a divine appointment, a conversation you didn't schedule. An invitation you didn't expect, platform you didn't chase. This door won't come from your circle. It will come from your calling. Type, open the right door if you're ready for heaven-ordained opportunity. And yes, while that door opens, counterfeit ones will knock louder. They'll say, let's catch up. I've been thinking about you. I want to support what you're doing. But their spirit will tremble in your presence because the light in you exposes the dark in them. Heaven whispers, the mask is slipping. Look with spiritual eyes. Comment, I see clearly now. If discernment has replaced confusion in your life, you are never meant to be confused. You are meant to be confident. The enemy's plan has always been to weaken your focus before your miracle. That's why the trap came before the testimony. But now, You are walking in divine precision. Michael says, every lie is unraveling. Every trap is losing grip. And the one who signed against you, thought their actions would remain hidden will soon feel the weight of their own decision. You won't have to say a word. Heaven will speak through evidence. Type, reveal the evidence. If you know heaven is about to bring the truth into full view. Beloved, you're closer to your breakthrough than you realize. And this trap? It didn't slow you, it positioned you. The detour was divine. The betrayal was permitted because your name is being written into a new chapter. Stay silent. Stay faithful. Stay hidden just a little longer. In part 3, the one who watched everything, the silent witness will speak, and their words will confirm what your soul already knew. Comment, truth is rising. Subscribe now, heaven's not done speaking. Like if you feel divine confirmation stirring in you, beloved, the moment has arrived. Heaven has stirred the silence, and now the witness is about to speak. Michael says, there is one who saw everything. They heard the whispers. They read the messages. They knew of the plan, yet said nothing. Until now. Type, I'm ready for confirmation. If you feel the truth trembling under the surface, they've carried this weight quietly, afraid to speak, afraid they'd be next. But heaven has placed the fire in their bones, and their silence is cracking. You will soon receive a message, a confession, a random word of truth, and it will confirm everything your spirit suspected. Heaven whispers, this is not gossip. This is divine evidence. Comment, I'm prepared for truth. If your heart is ready to finally see behind the veil. Child, don't be surprised when it comes from someone unexpected. The one you thought neutral, one who never chose sides. Seen it all. Michael says, I planted a witness in the enemy's camp. They didn't know they were observing for heaven, but now their spirit has been awakened. They can no longer sit silently in the presence of injustice. And when they speak, the entire lie begins to collapse. Type, let the collapse begin. If you believe the exposure is heaven's weapon, you see, what was meant to discredit you, now discrediting them. What was meant to curse your name, now cleansing your name. Heaven is flipping the script. Michael says, this is divine reversal, not revenge. Do not gloat. Do not retaliate. Do not rush to say, I told you so. Heaven is handling the justice. You, beloved, are being called into restoration. Comment, I choose restoration. If you want divine justice without emotional bondage, here's the sign. Before this week ends, something will be revealed. A screenshot, a forwarded message, a voice note, a sudden apology. But don't focus on the form. Focus on the timing. Because the witness is not just speaking randomly. They are being released by heaven's order. Michael says, their confession is your confirmation. And what you do next matters greatly. You will be tempted to re-engage. To reopen old doors. To bring them back in. But heaven warns, this clarity was given to release, not reconnect. Type, I choose release. If you're ready to walk forward, not backward. This truth is not meant to stir revenge. It is meant to seal your freedom. Now you know. Now you see. Now you walk in clarity. Beloved, your path is clearing. The fog is lifting. And the next step is being revealed. Comment, guide my next step if you want heaven's direction instead of human emotion. Michael says, do not let familiarity blind you again. This time, protect the door heaven is opening. You've come too far, cried too many silent tears, survived too many hidden attacks. Let what was once familiar sabotage what is now divine. Let this be your shift point. Let this be the last time they touch your spirit. Let this be the beginning of heaven's vindication in full. Though the mask finally drops. The trap is exposed publicly. And your divine promotion begins. Stay close. The next 24 hours hold a turning point. Comment. Let the collapse begin. Like if you feel the witness is already stirring. Subscribe now to stay under heaven's instruction and protection. Beloved, heaven is not whispering anymore. It is speaking loudly through signs, through people, through divine interruption. And now, the silence is cracking. The truth can't stay buried. The witness can't stay quiet. Michael says, I placed eyes in places where you were blind. Someone you overlooked, someone who blended into the background, someone who heard the plan, but couldn't speak. Heaviness about to break their silence. Type, bring the truth to light. If you sense this moment is for you. This witness has seen the manipulation. They overheard the betrayal. They watched as others twisted your name and tried to make your light look like a threat. They said nothing until now, but now they've been stirred. Their spirit can no longer hold the weight of deception. And their words will confirm what your spirit already knew. Heaven whispers. The confirmation is coming through the mouth of someone who once stayed silent. Comment, confirmation is coming. If your soul is crying out for validation, you may feel conflicted. How can they speak now? After so much silence? Why now, when so much damage has already been done? But hear me clearly. Their timing is not human. It is prophetic. Michael says, this is not for gossip. This is for divine order. Their words won't just reveal what happened. They will trigger divine repositioning. Their honesty will be the catalyst for your public vindication. You will be able to walk away in pain, not in pride, but in peace. Type, I choose peace. If your breakthrough means more than your ego. Beloved, heaven is not only exposing, heaven is realigning. Everything is being set back in divine order. The truth that hurt will now heal. The lies that spread will now collapse. The confusion that clouded your heart will now be replaced with prophetic clarity. Comment. Clear the fog if you're ready to see with spiritual eyes. Michael says, do not run to the voice. Wait for the witness. Because this person is not seeking your attention. They are obeying divine instruction. They will come in humility. They won't be loud, but they'll be certain. Their eyes will carry conviction, and their words will break the lie into pieces. We'll feel the release as soon as they speak. You'll remember that. Heaven always saw you even when people misunderstood you. Type, heaven sees me. If this resonates with your soul, this is the justice you didn't demand, but heaven decreed. This is the clarity you stopped chasing, and now it's chasing you. And when it arrives, do not use it to shame. Do not weaponize the witness. Do not relive the past. Redeem it. Michael says, forgiveness is the gate to favor. Keep it open. Comment. I release the weight if you're choosing restoration over revenge. Here's what you must know. This witness isn't just someone speaking about what happened. They're part of the divine exchange, because through their words, God will close a chapter and open a new one. And this new chapter won't begin in noise, but it will begin in clarity, silence, and divine strategy. You won't have to promote yourself. Your peace will announce you. Your restraint will elevate you, and your alignment will attract the next door. Type, I step into my next chapter. If you're ready for prophetic promotion. Now listen, you will soon feel a release. It may come after a dream. It may come in a message. It may come during a normal day, but suddenly your soul will know the war is over. The truth has been spoken, and your elevation has begun. Michael says, this is the moment I pull you out from under the lie and seat you on the truth. Comment, seat me in truth. If you're ready for heaven to shift your name, your space, and your spirit, this is not the end. This is the beginning of restoration. The witness was not late. The truth was not lost. You are not forgotten. Now walk forward with peace. Walk forward with purpose. Walk forward knowing heaven just confirmed your freedom. Beloved, the moment you've been sensing the moment. Heaven has been preparing. It's here. The mask is falling. Michael says, the hidden enemy can no longer wear the smile. You'll see it in a tone shift, in a pause that wasn't natural, in a kind word that doesn't match the energy behind it. Heaven whispers, this is the exposure you prayed for. Type, I'm ready for truth, if your heart knows this unveiling. Is divine. What was done in secret whisper, the message, the forged version of your star is now being pulled into the light. And Bellavidu don't have to say a word. Truth will walk into the room unannounced and shift the entire atmosphere. Michael says, I am escorting justice into the room of decision. Comment, let justice enter. If you're ready for heaven's verdict to override man's manipulation, they'll act surprised. They'll call it confusion. They'll beg for understanding. But you'll feel it, you'll know it. This is the moment where deception begins to eat itself. What they tried to pin on you is sticking to them. What they intended to silence is becoming your platform. What they spoke in darkness is echoing through the spirit realm like a warning bell. Type, let the echo ring. If you believe heaven is not whispering, it's declaring. Bellavidu entered divine courtroom territory. And in this court, your stillness is your evidence. Your restraint is your testimony. Heaven is not seeking your reaction. It is rewarding your obedience. Michael says, the louder the lie, the swifter the collapse. So now don't argue. Don't confront. Don't relive. Observe. Comment. I choose peace over performance. If you know this battle is not yours to fight. Let them say what they say. Let them believe what they need to. Let them plot with those. Clap when you're not in the room. Because heaven has already written the outcome. And beloved, you win. Type, the victory is already mine. If you feel that assurance settling into your soul, do you feel it? That holy shift in your atmosphere? That clarity settling where confusion once lived? That lifting in your chest? That's heaven preparing you for a divine replacement of everything you thought you lost. What they stole, God will multiply. What they delayed, God will accelerate. What they closed, God will reopen in a higher place. Michael says, what the enemy buried, I am resurrecting with glory. Comment, resurrect my purpose. If you believe nothing can cancel what heaven has authored. And now listen closely. You'll hear your name in unexpected place, but this time not in slander. In recommendation. In honor. In favor. Heaven is changing the conversation. Because while they were talking about you, God was speaking for you. And what he says severals them all. Type, he speaks for me. If you're done explaining yourself to people who never had spiritual access to you. This is your sacred reversal. This is the consequence of betrayal, not destruction. Elevation. Let them see. Let them watch. Let them wonder. But do not let them. In Michael says, the table has turned. Do not invite the betrayer to the feast. Comment, I guard my table. If you understand, not everyone who returns should be received. Heaven seals the verdict. Door opens, no man can shut. And the very scheme meant to destroy you becomes your divine platform. Stay with me. The final breakthrough is moments away. Comment, resurrect my purpose. Like if this exposure is your confirmation. Subscribe now. Heaven's justice is just getting started, beloved. It's done. Michael says, the trap is dismantled. The seal of heaven has spoken. You stood. You endured. You waited through silence and shadows. And now, the verdict has been rendered. You win. Type, victory is mine. If your spirit feels this holy confirmation, you didn't have to prove anything. You didn't have to explain yourself. You stayed still and heaven moved. Now, the shift begins. Doors that once ignored, Yah will now call for you. Voices that once gossiped will now speak your name with trembling. Tables you were excluded from will now be cleared for your arrival. Michael says, you are not just being restored. You are being established. Comment, establish me, Lord, if you're ready to be planted. not just promoted. The trial wasn't to break you. It was to reveal who you are when no one claps, when no one defends you, when heaven is your only witness. And, beloved, heaven saw enough. The angelic realm now surrounds you with favor. You are walking into your recompense season. What was delayed will now be delivered. What was stolen will now be restored sevenfold. What was denied will now be announced. Type recompense season. If you're ready for divine repayment, listen carefully. Do not carry bitterness into the next blessing. Do not confuse favor with noise, and do not apologize for how heaven has chosen to elevate you. They may not understand your rise, but that's because they never saw your war. Comment. No apology needed. If you refuse to shrink in this new season, Michael says, you were hidden to be preserved. Now you're being revealed to fulfill. Heaven is about to showcase the very thing they tried to sabotage. They called it ambition. Heaven called it assignment. They labeled it too much. Heaven called it marked for more. They dismissed you too early, but God was just beginning. Type, this is my beginning. If you're ready for what's ahead, now feel this. There is an unlocking in the spirit. An inheritance long withheld is being released. You will feel the favor multiply, the weight lift. The fog vanish. The trap didn't stop you. It revealed how protected you were all along. Michael says, the battle is over, but stay wise. Every new level brings a fresh counterfeit. Comment, I guard my gates. If you understand, elevation requires discernment. You must protect what's coming, not out of fear, but out of honor. Not everyone can walk through this door with you. Not everyone will understand the call. And that's okay. You don't need validation. You carry verification from heaven. Let them talk. Let them watch. Let them wonder. But let heaven continue speaking on your behalf. Type, heaven verifies me. If your spirit is done seeking outside approval. Beloved, this is your moment. Not just for breakthrough, for becoming. You are stepping into divine alignment, not to chase the world's version of all success, but to live fully in God's definition of purpose. You are chosen. You are covered. And now you are being commissioned. Michael says, step forward with courage, with clarity, with calling. Comment, I say yes if your heart says yes to heaven's final instruction. Comment, I receive it to seal this word in your spirit. Like this message if you feel your breakthrough just ignited. Subscribe now to Walk Daily with Archangel Michael's divine guidance. Share this message with someone who's walking through betrayal, silence, or elevation. You have survived. You have been vindicated. And now you rise. Heaven's justice is not future tense. It is now. Go in peace. Go in purpose. Go in power. Beloved, do not let your eyes deceive you. Even if the breakthrough hasn't shown up in your bank account yet, even if the door hasn't physically opened yet, even if the apology never comes, you've already crossed over. Michael says, breakthrough is not a feeling. It's a verdict in heaven. Comment, I believe the verdict. If your soul knows something has shifted even in silence, you don't need a public stage to know you've been elevated. You don't need everyone to clap to know you've been chosen. Because favor doesn't always make noise, it makes results. And what's coming next will not be loud. It will be lasting. Type, lasting over loud. If you're ready for permanent, not performative blessings. Reason the battle was so intense, because the next assignment is weightier than anything you've ever carried. Michael says, this next season is not for survival. It's for dominion. You're not just being healed. You're being handed holy responsibility. You're not just being restored. You're being positioned to restore others. Comment, I accept the assignment. If your elevation includes responsibility, you asked for influence, but God gave you influence with integrity. Because what you build now must not be shaken by applause. It must be sustained by alignment. Don't go back to prove them wrong. Go forward to prove. Heaven right. Michael says, you weren't vindicated to retaliate. You were vindicated to reveal my glory. Type glory over revenge if you've made peace with being promoted quietly. Beloved, this isn't just a new chapter. This is a whole new scroll. The former things have passed. The accusations lost power. The silence lost its grip. Now your name carries heaven's seal. Your voice carries prophetic weight. And your life carries evidence. Comment. I carry evidence. If your walk proves what words cannot explain, they'll ask, how did you bounce back? They'll wonder, why? Do you still have joy? They'll whisper, who opened that door for them? But you will smile because you'll know God was the answer they didn't account for. And now everything shifts.